Since this next section is about Kung Fu Panda 4, this video is actually edited by my wife. After thinking about it for a while, rewatching some Kung Fu Panda movies, and making my 30+ minute Tai Lung video, I've really been thinking, did we really need a 4th Kung Fu Panda movie? Now I know most people are already thinking that, but for some reason, I was giving Kung Fu Panda 4 a chance. It's a movie coming years after this awesome trilogy that could be a great movie. That's the thing, any and all movies could be a good movie if made by the right people. I think if most companies made Shrek, it would have been the worst thing you've ever seen. A parody about fairy tales that has a nasty ogre protagonist that was built from bitterness towards Disney is something that could have been the worst, disgusting, unfunny garbage you've ever seen. Instead, it was a funny series with a lot of heart put into it. So when Kung Fu Panda 4 came out, I decided to give it a chance. Because not only could this movie be good, but it was also the same studio that made various other good films, including this very franchise. But then was sorely mistaken when the movie was boring to mid to just plain bad. It somehow had a worse villain than Kai from the 3rd movie, reduced Poe's character arc a bit backwards just for a new plot, and kind of ruined the whole Dragon Warrior thing that started this franchise in the dang first place. But when I first left the theater, I didn't hate it or say it was bad. I thought it was an okay movie that people are a little too angry about. But then as time went on, I started thinking about it. All the different little details, like how the chameleon has not an interesting basic backstory. I forgot how to talk. I don't know why. She has nothing on any other character from this studio and from this franchise. She has so many other solutions to stealing the powers of Kung Fu from the spirit world. Also, her name is The Chameleon, which is super lame and shows how she has no personality of her own. She has no personality because that's the point of her. She takes from other characters to build herself up, but that doesn't make an interesting villain, especially in the way that they show it. You could see how this could be an interesting idea that could be almost great, if only they got the right people to make it. What I believe could have saved Kung Fu Panda 4 with the plot we have is to start it from Zin's point of view. I know, we don't like her or anything, but I believe that this could be very interesting if the movie started with the knowledge of what happened to Zin, why she's lying to Poe and everything, because then the entire movie with every other scene will be centered around the idea that Zin is lying to Poe for her evil stepmother. This is like Tangled if it was only from Rapunzel's point of view. The movie would be so much worse. I mean, we wouldn't care so much for Flint's character. Zin is the same kind of quirky, smart mouth character. It's just missing the aspect of why they are the way they are and what they are really doing here. Because if we can guess there's a lie reveal coming, it might as well be obvious and used to pull heartstrings, just like Tangled. God, I love Tangled. More Tangled, less Frozen, please. Oh God. So if Poe, I'm sorry, I'm going insane. So if Poe and Zin were both equal protagonists in the way that it would make the story flow better and have more time and more interesting scenes, and make every character better by making the audience know more, so they would have moments like Poe being lied to, then Zin looks all sad or something. Like, remember that moment on the boat when Zin was obviously not telling Poe everything he needs to know? Imagine if after that, it was a whole moment with Zin by herself contemplating if she's doing the right thing. All that and more would have made Zin at least a little bit better and more worthy of being the Dragon Warrior. Because in the case of the movie right now, Zin doesn't deserve it all to be the Dragon Warrior, and did really nothing to earn it besides being an okay person. Congrats, you portrayed your stepmom when she tried to hurt your friend. Tigress didn't die for this. No, she's not dead, but she might as well be, along with the Furious 5, because they became the Famous 5, as in they're too famous to be in this dying film franchise. Bada-boo, pow-pow, ding-ding. What is this script? I wrote down in the script, ba-da-ba, boom, pow, ding-dang. Ba-da-da, boom, pow, ding-dang. What a zinger from MrMatter that deserves a 10 billion subs right now. Thank you, bye-bye. But wait. This video isn't actually over because we need to talk about Dragon Warrior and Tai Lung. Because Tai Lung didn't die for this, and yes, he is dead. Tai Lung trained his whole life to be the Dragon Warrior, but became so blinded by negative emotions to truly become the Dragon Warrior. The first movie took a lot of steps to show Tai Lung is dangerous and emotionally and physically throughout the entire feature, all to build up Po as the legend he truly is. They maybe tried to do this by going to Zim's hometown and showing some trials she has to go through and why she became skilled, but they never showed her going against all odds or anything. Po was a fat nerd who has nothing going on in his life, but learned to be able to defeat a great warrior. Zin is a skilled criminal who is good at most of everything, who just decides to be a good person instead of being a somewhat bad one. But that doesn't mean anything. Po truly earned his place as Dragon Warrior. Zin is just kinda given it, as much as any other character. The Dragon Warrior is about being able to bring balance and peace to the lands, like the Valley of Peace. But all Zin did was defeat the chameleon because Po was trapped, which could have been really impactful if we gave a single crap about the relationship between Zin and the chameleon. Then I might be like, oh, at least the movie has emotion with this decision, but no. It's just to have a new protagonist, Wolf Girl, I guess. But except she's not even going to replace Po, because once Jack Black Po isn't in a Kung Fu Panda production, no one goes and sees the movie. Which is a real shame because they could have gotten an actual panda like the ones Po trained in his father's village to be the Dragon Warrior. You know, to have a Kung Fu Panda. But I honestly believe that the writers only saw the first movie, which is why they gave the only villain speaking lines to Tai Lung. Which is something that makes me enjoy a bit about this movie. That makes me almost enjoy a bit about this movie, though then makes me disappointed again because instead of making a fun character talking Spider-Man No Way Home type mess, it's just occasional dialogue from only Tai Lung.
Oogway made a mistake choosing you as the Dragon Warrior.
Which makes his almost meaningful words towards Po hollow because it's just a fake Tai Lung. Even though I love the idea, we all know that Tai Lung could have been redeemed if only he was able to, but this just feels like a hollow version of that. So with all that, no, we did not need a fourth Kung Fu Panda movie, but that doesn't mean it couldn't have been good, even with the story beats and characters they have. I hope I said enough in this video to show that this movie could have been great, but instead it's eh.